It's my great pleasure to have you here. Thank you for joining us. Football has given us unforgettable moments. Moments that made fans celebrate. Moments that made entire nations believe. And moments that turned great players into legends. Today, we're going back to one of those moments. A night when one man refused to let his country fall. A night when Cristiano Ronaldo reminded the world exactly who he was. This is the story of the day Ronaldo carried Portugal on his back. The year was 2018. The stage was the FIFA World Cup in Russia. The entire football world was watching. Portugal had been drawn against Spain in one of the biggest matches of the tournament. It wasn't just another game. It was a clash between neighbors. A clash between two football giants. And for many people, Spain were the favorites. Their squad was filled with world-class stars. Their midfield controlled games. Their attack could punish any mistake. Most experts believed Spain would be too strong. But standing in their way was Cristiano Ronaldo. By 2018, Ronaldo had already achieved almost everything. Champions League trophies. Ballon d'Or awards. League titles. Individual records. Yet one thing remained special. The World Cup. Every great player dreams of leaving a mark on football's biggest stage. And Ronaldo was no different. As the match began, the atmosphere was electric. Millions of fans watched from around the world. Inside the stadium, every touch of the ball carried pressure. Portugal knew they were facing one of the strongest teams on earth. But only 4 minutes into the game, Ronaldo made his first statement. He charged into the Spanish penalty area. A challenge came in. The referee pointed to the spot. Penalty. The pressure was enormous. One miss could change everything. But Ronaldo never looked nervous. He stepped forward. The whistle blew. Goal. Portugal had the lead. The fans exploded with joy. But everyone knew the game was far from over. Spain responded with quality. Soon, Diego Costa equalized. The match became a battle. Two proud nations refusing to back down. Then Ronaldo struck again. A powerful effort found the net. Portugal led once more. The stadium erupted. The Portuguese supporters could hardly believe what they were seeing. Their captain was delivering when it mattered most. Yet Spain refused to surrender. The second half arrived. And Spain showed why they were considered one of the favorites. Goals from Diego Costa and Nacho turned the game around. Suddenly, Portugal were losing. 3-2, the dream was slipping away. The excitement of the opening moments had disappeared. The pressure had become overwhelming. The clock continued to tick. Every minute brought Spain closer to victory. Portuguese fans watched nervously. Some feared the match was over. Some feared their captain's incredible performance would be wasted. But Cristiano Ronaldo had other ideas. The final minutes approached. Portugal earned a free kick. Not just any free kick. A free kick in a dangerous position. A free kick that would decide the story of the match. The ball was placed carefully on the grass. The stadium fell silent. Everyone knew who would take it. Cristiano Ronaldo. He stood over the ball. Focused. Calm. Determined. On one side stood Spain. On the other stood Portugal's hopes. The referee blew the whistle. Ronaldo took a breath. He stepped forward. He struck the ball. It rose beautifully into the air. Over the wall. Beyond the goalkeeper. Straight into the top corner. Goal. Absolute perfection. The stadium exploded. Fans jumped from their seats. Commentators screamed. Teammates rushed toward him. And Ronaldo stood there, knowing he had just created one of the greatest moments in World Cup history. Hat-trick. Against Spain. On football's biggest stage. When Portugal needed him most. He delivered. The match ended 3-3. Portugal didn't win. But that night felt like a victory. Because football fans around the world had witnessed something special. They had witnessed greatness. They had witnessed a player refusing to accept defeat. They had witnessed a captain carrying the hopes of an entire nation. Years later, people still remember that free kick. They still remember the hat trick. They still remember the determination. Because some performances are bigger than results. Some performances become history. And on that unforgettable night in Russia, Cristiano Ronaldo reminded the world why he belongs among football's greatest legends. Not because he scored 3 goals. Not because he broke records. But because when Portugal needed a hero, he became one. And that's why the story of Cristiano Ronaldo's performance against Spain remains one of the most unforgettable chapters in World Cup history. Thank you for watching. And if you love football stories, there are many more legendary moments waiting to be told.